we spent 48 hours exploring Lisbon, the historic capital of Portugal. Come join us as we explore some of the most beautiful neighborhoods, visit must-see attractions, and eat some Portuguese delicacies. Let's get into it. Our first stop was to jump on a train at the Cais do Sodré station and head out to the Belém neighborhood, where there's a bunch of things to do, including the UNESCO World Heritage Site Jerónimos Monastery. Hey everyone, we are in the Belém neighborhood of Lisbon, and right now we're going to check out the Jerónimo Monastery. It was built in the 16th century and it's famous for its detailed architecture. So we recommend you buy your tickets online, because if you don't, you need to line up in one line over there to buy your tickets and then line up in this line over here to get in. So buy them online, skip that line and save yourself some time. Let's go check it out. Jerónimo's Monastery really blew us away. It's such a beautiful place with some amazing architecture. It's one of the most popular places to visit in Lisbon, and for good reason. Inside you can explore the monastery's two-story cloister that is highly decorated with detailed columns and arches. You can also find the tomb of Vasco da Gama, the person known for being the first European to reach India by sea. There is also a church attached that is built in the same style as the cloister that you can also visit. Jerónimo's Monastery was definitely a highlight of our visit, such a beautiful place to come and explore. Look at all the details here on the buildings. It must have taken so much time and effort and expert craftsmanship to build this. Really, really impressive. Right, so now we're in the church that is attached to the monastery. So big, very impressive. Check it out, this is looking back towards the entrance. Absolutely fantastic. Same sort of detail as the monastery as well. After finishing up at Jerónimo's Monastery, we were feeling a little bit hungry, so we headed out for a classic Portuguese dish, pastel de nata. And right near the monastery is one of the most legendary pastel de nata bakeries in all of Lisbon, Pastéis de Belém. Alright guys, so our tour of Belém continues. Now we're feeling hungry, so we stopped by the world famous Pastéis de Belém, and they've been making the same recipe of these custard tarts since 1837. So we're going to give it a try. It's warm in here, so they're super fresh. I'm super excited. Let's give these a try. So open it up. We got 6 of them, so we're definitely going to get our fill of Pastéis de Belém. So let's do the big reveal here. Ta-da! Oh, look at that. Crispy. Caramelized on top. Very crispy. We'll pick that up, don't worry. So let's give this a try.
Oh, the sound of it.
It's super crunchy, super flaky pastry. That's awesome. Oh, that's absolutely beautiful. The custard is not too sweet, just perfect. Also, it comes with these sachets of cinnamon and sugar, so you can add that to it. Oh, if it'll come out. There we go. There's some cinnamon. And some sugar. It's already sweet enough for me. Oh, it's powdered sugar. Okay, there we go. Now let's give it a try with that.
Oh, it smells so good.
Tastes like Christmas. I think I prefer it plain though, but that is absolutely delicious. If you're a sweet tooth like me, definitely stop by Pastéis de Belém and suss these out. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, the place is so busy, isn't it?
Extremely busy. We went to the takeaway counter. You're through in like 5 minutes. But if you want to sit down, you can sit down there and stuff and grab a coffee, I suppose, as well. going to be there for hours in that line. It's not moving.
Yeah.
After finishing off all those delicious pastel de nata, we took a walk along the Belém waterfront where there is a number of attractions as well as amazing views looking over the Tagus River. There is loads to do here in Belém and you could easily spend all day here.
Alright guys, behind me here, the giant statue here is called Padrão dos Descobrimentos. It's a mouthful. This was built in 1960 to commemorate the 500 years since the death of Prince Henry the Navigator. And there's a detail there, see a lot of people there. So there's King Afonso V, Vasco da Gama, Ferdinand Magellan, and all sorts of well-known explorers, poets, and everybody. So we have it. Let's just go around.
Alright guys, we're now beside the Tagus River, and right behind me is one of the most iconic landmarks in Lisboa, the Belém Tower.
The Belém Tower is yet another UNESCO World Heritage Site, an iconic historical spot in Lisbon. Originally built in the 16th century as a fortified customs house and defense against invaders. And from this exact spot, Vasco da Gama, you know, the guy from the monastery, and other explorers embarked on their voyages of discovery. While you're here, you can visit the tower and climb to the top for breathtaking panoramic views of the city skyline and the Tagus River, or you can just admire it from the outside.
Alright, so behind me is Elevador de Santa Justa, and here you can take this elevator up to the upper part of the city where there's a viewpoint and you can get epic views of the city. So let's go.
Elevador de Santa Justa is an urban elevator that connects the lower streets of the Baixa district with the higher Lago de Carmo. The elevator is 45 meters tall and was built in 1902. The elevator is made of iron and looks like some kind of steampunk contraption, which is actually partly true, as it was once originally powered by steam. So it costs €6 for a return trip, and from the top there is a viewing platform with amazing views overlooking the city centre. You can also visit the viewpoint by walking up the street if you don't fancy riding the lift. One thing you must do when in Lisbon is ride the iconic yellow trams. The best and most popular route is the number 28 tram. This tram rattles its way through Lisbon's most historical neighbourhoods and past iconic landmarks. You can catch tram number 28 from Praça Martim Moniz and ride it out all the way to Campo Urique, but we got off at the Porta stop so we could explore around the historic Alfama neighbourhood. The tram can be very busy as it's popular with tourists, with the busiest time being around midday. You can buy tickets on board or use a prepaid travel card. We really enjoyed the experience, and the best bit is it saved us walking up the steep streets till Alfama.
Alright guys, now we're at Mirador das Porto do Sol, and the views from here are fantastic. Check it out. Absolutely fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's probably one of the best viewpoints in Lisboa, I think.
Well, that might have been slightly premature, as there's another viewpoint nearby called Miradouro de Santa Luísa, which is a similar view, but maybe it's slightly better. We're not sure. Let us know in the comments, which Miradouro do you prefer?
Alright guys, we just did a short walk up from Portas do Sol and now we're at Castelo de São Jorge. It cost 15 euros to enter, and this castle was built in the 11th century by the Moors, and it's built on top of a hill and it has commanding views of Lisbon. So let's go check it out.
Castelo de São Jorge is perched high atop a hill overlooking the city. The castle's history stretches back centuries, with evidence dating as far back as the 6th century BC, with all the old civilizations leaving their mark here, including the Phoenicians, Greeks, Romans and the Moors. This is probably our favourite spot in Lisbon. Not only do you get breathtaking panoramic views of the city and the Tagus River, but it is so much fun exploring the castle and literally walking through history on its ramparts.
So you can climb on top of the castle walls here and walk all around the walls where you get epic views of the city. It's absolutely fantastic. Hi! We're enjoying exploring this castle. D. Manuel the First. Or is it He-Man? Check out that He-Man haircut.
Obrigada. A Yara já estava a trabalhar.
Cheers.
Alright, so just outside Castelo de São Jorge, they are selling this cherry liqueur that's called ginger. So it's like a Portuguese liqueur, and they serve it in this little chocolate cup here. So let's give it a try. I'm just going to shove this whole thing in my mouth. Very strong, but it's good. The chocolate makes it perfect. Alright guys, we're starting to get hungry, so we're now heading to the Time Out Market. Let's see what food we can find there. Let's go.
We went to lunch at Lisbon's Time Out Market, which is located in the historic Mercado da Ribeira. We had read online that this was a great place to come and eat. This place is really busy and bustling, especially around lunchtime, but we really like the vibe here. There are loads of stalls that line the food hall with all sorts of different cuisines, but we're after something a little bit more local.
Alright guys, we're at the very busy Time Out Market here, and I've ordered a prego, which is a traditional Portuguese meat sandwich. So check this out. So it's made with a Portuguese style bread. It's called bolo or something like that. We've got some meat in here, some tomato, cheese. Let's give this a try. It's amazing. The bread is so soft and fluffy. The meat is like juicy and medium rare. Perfect. Delicious.
After lunch, we took a stroll along Pink Street, or its real name, Rua Novo do Carvalho, which is a vibrant pedestrian street in Lisbon's Cais de Sodré neighbourhood, and it's one of Lisbon's most popular nightlife spots. But this area wasn't always like this. It was once a seedy red light district, and it was transformed with a lick of bright pink paint on the road, and the old establishments were booted out and replaced with trendy bars and restaurants. Pink Street definitely lives up to its name and worth popping by for a cheeky adult beverage or a night out.
we are now at Praça do Comercial. This is Lisbon's main square and one of the largest squares in Europe. It's the largest I've seen in Europe anyway. It's absolutely huge. Check it out. Yeah, it's massive.
Praça do Comercio is a grand square and iconic landmark located in the heart of Lisbon. The square is framed with stunning architecture featuring beautiful yellow buildings with intricate balconies and ornate details. The square's history dates back to the 18th century when it was built on the site of a former royal palace that was destroyed in the 1755 earthquake. Our final stop in our 48 hours in Lisbon was the Carmo Archaeological Museum that is housed in the ruins of the Carmo Convent, a Gothic church that was destroyed in the 1755 earthquake. The museum has a collection of archaeological artifacts spanning Portugal's history from prehistoric times to the Middle Ages. The real star of the show though is the open-air setting of the museum with its towering Gothic arches and exposed stonework. This place really surprised us the most as we weren't expecting this really beautiful and unique setting. And that was our 48 hours in Lisbon, such a beautiful and historic city with loads to do, experience, and of course, eat. We hope this video gives you a good starting off point for when you visit the city, and if you got this far, please show your support and hit that like button, and we'll see you on the next adventure.